I was sitting there with Colton talking today, and Colton, I've always wondered, is there a natural ability to weld? So I know some people have a natural ability to sing a song, and is that person easily trained versus someone who's never welded before? So what are your thoughts? Let's talk about the natural.
I think like natural abilities, yes, there are some people that are just going to be, that's quote unquote, born with a stinger in their hand.
Right.
They're just going to have a natural ability. They might have done it a little bit before they came here, might have started out real young. If their mother or father had been in industry, they could have done it a little while before they come here or go to any kind of trade school. And yeah, so I think that natural ability will help them out.
Yeah, I know some families, and it's generational welders, yeah. and it just seems like the person saw mom or dad welding, or they're out in the garage building something, or in the shop, and they sort of pick that up. Not much different than a third or fourth generation farmer. It's kind of what they do. I think welding is the same way, because I saw dad welding when I was little, and that's what the son wants to do or the daughter wants to do. So they pick up from that. Thinking about the person that's a natural welder, do you have to break bad habits?
Sometimes, yeah. And there ain't nothing. Nothing against it or nothing bad on whoever taught them that bad habit, but I mean, it's just, I don't know, I kind of say trust the process here in our curriculum.
Right.
And if you have to break a couple bad habits along the way, but if they have that natural ability, I mean, they don't really struggle at all. They kind of coast through it pretty good.
Yeah, there's a dozen different ways to show someone how to hold the stinger, or a dozen different ways to show someone how to hold, the TIG rig. And some students are, even though they've welded before, they're still a little nervous and they're still a little shaky. So maybe it's mental, or maybe it is a physical problem that they have in shakes. How do you help someone in controlling, if they are a little bit shaky, or what can they do before they even get to welding school to avoid that?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I shake like a leaf on a tree. I got a pretty shaky hand, and then there's just, over time it gets easier. There's certain ways, keep a really light grip on a stinger or a TIG rig, even though you might shake though, but over time with more hood time, it all just starts flowing, comes naturally to you.
Yeah, I'm the same way. When I'm running that 70-18, I like to do a nervous wiggle.
Yeah.
So you take a 332 rod and you put it in the stinger, and you try to hold it completely still. If it's moving around a little bit,
yeah. If
you don't let that be a portion of your weld and help that work, then yeah, you might struggle with a little bit of undercut on the side.
Yeah, I know with that 70-18 rod, I always tell students, this is me holding that rod steady, and they'll see my hand shaking.
Yeah.
But I said, that's all the rod oscillation that I need to help that puddle spread out. It can actually almost being a little shaky can actually work in your favor sometimes.
Yeah, it can.
Too, with stick welding.
And I try to tell the students, don't stay up all night. And when you're coming into welding school at 6 in the morning, don't chug a half a case of Red Bull to try to stay awake. It's going to have some negative effects.
Absolutely, yeah. Caffeine, you drink too much of it, you'll be hurting.
Yeah. And same thing with sleep deprivation.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get enough sleep at night, it's going to hurt too. So let's go the other direction. Let's talk about someone who walks into KWI from a different trade, a different career. They've never welded before. They don't know what a 60-10 is. Does that person have a disadvantage, or can they learn to weld?
They can absolutely learn how to weld. We've had plenty of students who have never even touched a stinger, wore a welding hood, whatever. My opinion, comes down to work ethic. If they are a hard worker, they show up on time, and they truly want to learn, everybody's teachable that way.
Right. Yeah, I remember students in the past who have came in, and on orientation day, we're talking about, okay, let's open the grinder and then let's put the shield on, and they take for granted, or we take for granted, they've never turned a grinder on before.
Right.
When it's something as simple as a daily task for you or I, installing a new face shield on the halo, they've never done those small tasks. So here at KWI, we step back and we take it one step at a time to train that person who's never welded alongside the person who does have the natural talent and the ability.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about the guy who knows it all? They come from a former high school, or maybe they've been in industry and they know it all. They just want to get better at KWI.
Yeah, we can definitely help them. Again, it all comes back down to how hard do you want to work and how much you want it. But there's a saying that an old timer told me, and I know you probably told me this when I was going through the program, is you rather see a C+ welder with an A+ attendance, work ethic, and drive. That'll go so much further than an A+ welder with a C+ work ethic, drive, etc. Willingness to learn too.
Right.
I feel like those going hand in hand. It makes a huge difference, not only in this program, but out in the industry too.
Yeah, the person has to be coachable no matter what previous skill they have or what previous skill they don't have. Right.
It's one of the best things I love about this welding industry is, even though I'm sure you got a lot of years under your belt than me, but me and you can still learn something new every single day we
That's right.
are welding. That's what I love about it. It's
Yeah.
my favorite thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Never be too proud to learn something new.
Yeah.
Don't think you're the best on the job every time you go to a job site, or when you walk in welding school. You may have been the top dog at your high school, and you walk in here and you're surrounded by top dogs from all over America.
Right. Yeah.
Be humble.
Absolutely.
Or you're intimidated. You're getting into a brand new career, and you got people that have welded before, and you're struggling with that. As long as you're coachable and got those good work ethics, we'll definitely make it happen.
Fine. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're interested in welding, you want to come and take a tour, check out the link below. Tour Kentucky Welding Institute, whether you have experience or whether you have no experience, and we'll discuss ways that we can change your life and help your career and jumpstart you into the fast-paced world of the welding industry.
So hopefully you guys like this video. We'll be putting out more videos on our YouTube channel, so subscribe to that. And also check out our website. We have links, and we also have shop for clothing and a virtual tour. Until next time, see you there.